with the NBA celebration of Noche Latina. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Phoenix this year.
And somewhat surprisingly, the club split their two meetings last year.
You know, despite the disparity in talent, these two teams played each other tough last year. Let's see how competitive they are this time around.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just feasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
Now here's Cunningham. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game.
And getting up close and personal, Cunningham knows he can get his shot to go inside.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. There is a clear game plan that Coach has in mind for Devin Booker tonight. He told me, quote, Devin doesn't respond well to getting double. You can't do it every time because he'll pick you apart, but we'll send the extra man his way more than once. That I can guarantee. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And the shot's good by Wiggins.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly. Andrew Wiggins, a nice foundation for that shot.
Allen outside. And the Suns get another three.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Kniffel. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Gobert with the stuff.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
Now here's Booker. To the middle. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Pass to Drexler. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Oh, boy, he attacks, but how about that rim protection? That is so good.
From going to the finals in 2021 to missing the playoffs last season, Grant, things have not gone according to plan for the Suns.
Well, you know, B.A., they followed that trip to the finals with a 64-win season. But then they went all in on the big three of Booker, Durant, and Beal. And that just didn't yield the results they'd hoped for.
And it's Cunningham missing.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Outside Booker. There's a minute 47 left in the opening quarter. 6 to shoot. The Suns need to get off a shot. And stolen by Cunningham. And now the Knicks on the break. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Knicks lead 9-8.
Now here's Booker. Still without a bucket. Six on the shot clock. Randall left side. And the Suns miss again. And so Cunningham will bring it up for New York. Pass to Drexler. Randall pulls down the board. The Suns trailing. To the inside. Here's Allen. Allen on the wing. Now Booker. Second shot opportunity. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Great work by the defense. That's the intensity coaches want to see.
And out of bounds. The Suns will take it. And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Outside Booker. It's tipped. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. New York out in front. They're up by 1.
8.
Man, some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here's Jenkins. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a 1-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Now, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Devin Booker's focused on hooping and leaving a legacy. He said, my thing is, and Kobe said it too, inspiring the youth is everything. A kid grows up and is like, man, I want to be Devin. I want to dress like him. I want to play like him. And that's what makes me wake up in the morning. Brian, back over to you.
A role model for that next generation. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Here's Nurkic from about 16. First shot won't go. New York leading by 5. Pass to Cunningham. Over Burks. Here's Newell. Here's Jenkins. Booker defending. Second chance effort. Good as the jump shot falls. Jenkins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Booker on the take. Allen on the wing. 6 points for him. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix.
Bad defense, bad shot. Neither working on that play.
One of the most exciting teams in the league, Doris, the New York Knicks.
BA, there's a saying that the NBA is better when the New York Knicks are in the house and they are good. How about the resurgence over the last 5 years? They want to win now, and that rabid fan base is eating up all this success.
Shot clock at 5. An open look for Booker. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Yeah, such a versatile scorer. Devin Booker, the 3 levels. You want to give him the midi, he'll take it.
Cunningham, left side. And here's Knipple from the arc. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game of the Nets. And that'll be game 4 of this 6-game stretch on the road. The shot by Garza, no good. Knicks leading by 8. Pass to Knipple. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Making a change here. Here's Jenkins. Shoots over Beal. New York again can't hit. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
Such a risky pass. Hopefully he thinks twice about attempting that again.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's LeVert. New York, no good that time either. Suns trail by 8. Pass to Randall. Down low. Oh, it's stolen by Jordan. It's 2-on-1. And here's LeVert for 3. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2. And that was get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Knicks.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
I just love the ball move.
Ooh, rejected by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Pass to LeVert. Shoots over Allen. Kept alive. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Knicks lead by 15.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
From deep, Johnson. The Knicks with the rebound. Fast break, New York. LeVert up top. Lets it go. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. LeVert's got 5.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
I think that's going to stick with him for a while. Huge mistake at a critical juncture in the game.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
And so it's the New York Knicks looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We'll be right back after this word. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Back to Booker. Pass to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, Julius Randle making the right read in the pick and roll. Excellent IQ.
Here's Drexler. Yet to see a basket. Here's Newell. There's a screen. Inside. 5 to shoot. Randall with a steal. For 3, Allen. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, this is where the tremendous motor that Randall plays with helps him get rebounds.
Here's Cunningham. Okay, the finesse on the floater.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. And you know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Pass to Johnson. Misses the 3.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot. The new collective bargaining agreement is pushing parity. Commissioner Adam Silver said teams are realizing that there are real teeth in those second apron provisions. The goal was to put all 30 teams in a better position to compete. I think we're on our way to doing just that. Back to you guys.
Leveling the playing field. Thanks for the update, Allie. And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Knicks leading by 14. Cunningham outside. Takes the 3. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
And they've been pretty meticulous offensively. That's only their second turnover of the game.
And Booker gets double teamed. Pass to Duran. Allen outside. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Excellent D there from Wiggins.
Boy, he had a clear look at it. Ooh, you hate to miss chippies like that.
To the middle. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Oh, the electricity of Andrew Wiggins can really elevate around the rim.
Duran the screen. Here's Booker. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
1:52 left in the third. Here's Cunningham, and it's New York scoring again.
And look at the lack of hesitation. Cade gets the ball and is confident he can make the shot.
Inside. Stolen by Wiggins. Fast break. Here comes New York. He launches a three. And Cunningham is good for three. Cunningham's got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, this guy making the most of his chances here. Really giving his team a lift.
And Allen gets it to go.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And they call an illegal screen here.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see in the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
So both teams changing it up here. And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Suns making a switch here. Suns trail by 16. "54 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot by Nurkic, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
LeVert. Jordan. Rebounded by Nurkic. Outside Booker. Allen outside. Booker with it. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Pass to LeVert. Back to Green. The three is up. He drops it from range. Green's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And here's Burks. And the Suns miss again. And so it's New York, out in front by 19 going into the break. A big difference in shooting.
41. The Suns, 22.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Jenkins. Jordan inside. Stolen by Capella. It's stolen by Green. Fast break, New York. Here's Jordan. New York working the ball around now. Here's Jenkins. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Beal goes in. Randall outside. Pass to Capella. Oh, and the jam by Capella!
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
LeVert outside. The rebound by Allen. Suns trail by 17. For three. Gets the three to fall. Allen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
A guy like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
Here's LeVert. The jumper from the wing, off target.
You know, things haven't clicked for him offensively, but other guys around him, give them credit. They're filling in the gaps.
New York leading by 14. Fast break, here comes New York. New York, again, can't hit.
Boy, they've done a good job overcoming his offensive struggles. He's got to be very thankful for his teammates.
Pass to Burks. Beal outside. Here's Capella. Banks it home. Big shot.
Inside, Capella's physical ability makes the difference. He can get vertical, bump with you, whatever it takes.
LeVert outside. He knocks down the jumper. Suns trail by 14. Beal surveying the D. Now Capella. Can't get the three.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Ooh, poked away. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Another dunk in the career of Clint Capella, and he's got a lot of them.
Right side Green. Capella pulls it down. And Jordan Ott decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Suns trail by 12. Grant, I think it's safe to say Cam Johnson has really hit his stride lately.
Absolutely, B.A. He's seizing the opportunities he's been given, taking and making more shots, dropping more dimes. He's reaching another level of his game.
You know what's interesting to me about Cam Johnson? He comes into the league with a reputation strictly as a sweet shooter. The fact is he's proven to be much more than that.
Cunningham. Nice touch by Cunningham inside.
Listen, this guy's a barometer for this team's success offensively. They go as he goes.
Booker from 9 feet away. Count it.
How about Booker playing a little bit of cat and mouse, smart enough to know when it's better to pull up.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. Allen outside. Now Booker. He shoots. Gobert pulls it down.
When you're that open, do you really need to go with the leader? And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Knicks.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight. They also got stopped.
Yeah, great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well. But just really impressive.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Cade Cunningham.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Stay off